but I missed the square monsters.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go.
Dude, they're foil tokens.
Oh, hey.
What?
It comes
Yeah.
with all of the dungeons.
And all the dungeons.
Foil dungeons.
Oh,
Okay.
that's another thing. Enter the dungeon. You can enter the same dungeon as many times as you want.
That's interesting.
But while you're in the dungeon, do you have to stay in the same dungeon until it's finished?
Yeah, you have to finish the dungeon.
And you have to proceed with the dungeon the way the arrows are directing you to go.
You can just
You
leave
cannot
it.
go backwards. You cannot go side to side.
Do you want it?
cannot
Do you
go
want to turn
upside
around?
down.
Let's go.
Oh. You're fine.
Whoa. Kind of nasty.
Sick.
Oh, and the hollow dungeons as well? Let's go.
I got dressed.
Are you already opening packs?
Yes, we're opening really fast.
We have 45 minutes to do
that
this.
one card you showed
Yeah,
me.
but I'm
Or
a
do we
fucking
all get
addict.
one?
I'm an addict. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right?
If it helps, everyone gets one.
Yeah.
Well, did they?
So we can't use these that we just
Good luck,
got.
Are there back faces? Oh, their back faces
We
are
can't use
different.
these that we just
Whoa.
got.
These are D20s.
Oh, yeah,
You can use these, but these are not spinned out.
Oh, I
You
see.
need
It's
to roll
the
dice,
token that a
so if it's
different one of the
D20,
dungeons
this
makes.
is your D20.
Oh, that's great.
Do you understand, or do you want me to?
No. So this one, if I'm rolling something, these if I have to do some action.
No.
Well,
These are action. These are life.
Okay.
Yes.
So are these the same as these?
Yes.
No, I got some right
We
here.
need,
The same
I'm gonna
as
need
ours.
sleeves. Thank you. I owe you dinner anyways, but yeah.
Okay, we will put that together.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya. Thanks for coming. Next time you can play.
You just gotta really vibe with what you get and then go for it, honestly. Alright. See, I could build something cooler, but we're not going for the win, we're going for annoying.
That's fine.
Go for the meme.
Go for me.
That is what I'm doing. I didn't even read my guide.
Play TV?
But is it good enough for me to open and use? That's my question.
If you don't mind me taking a look at it.
And I will use every ability in my, like, I remember
Yeah,
one
if you
campaign
want to
I
ramp with
did
in
it.
white, it's fine.
It was a one-off.
Yeah.
So that's only if you're
And it
playing
said,
in
"Oh,
white. If not,
you
it's not
have,
worth opening.
Access
I
to
think
this
I'm doing
event."
white black, if I'm
I was
being
like,
real.
oh, can I use this ability? Like, it says
Maybe I'll make a fake mono blue.
I gotta
Just says backup. The text of this, don't.
Right. I love it.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's too good. That's a good one. I might make blue after. Actually, hold on. Who cares if everyone knows that I'm running? It's fine.
You'll be okay.
I'll just win. Easy.
You better win.
Easy.
You better win, dude.
Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Exactly. Someone gets me.
So I think.
It's 20 health, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. Understood.
At least at the start.
You've all served me well so far, but you will be going away.
Okay, sir.
So how do you get a dungeon into play, or does it just say like?
Something that says venture into the dungeon. If you aren't in a dungeon yet, you just move
You
to the
bring it
first
out.
room.
Yep.
Got it. Understood. So for classes, you just have to pay for the next cost to move to the next
know,
level.
it's not.
Is that what it
I've been
is?
keeping track.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's yours.
Can you only do it once, or if you have all the mana, you can
This
just move
is-
up all the
You
way?
can
Good
move as
then.
many times as you want, I believe.
Totally
Bet.
put that in.
I'm just confused about this card.
You can ask Gabe since he's judge.
Let's go, Gabe. I'll ask
Yes,
him.
what's the question?
And is it just for the one turn, or is it for the
It's
rest of the
it's permanent,
Got it. Understood. All right, so you're staying.
unless it says otherwise.
Right. Oh, so you just keep a dungeon on like a sideboard and then bring it in?
Yes.
It starts the game in the command zone.
Oh.
Or no, it doesn't. It enters into the command zone
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they start outside of the game.
Yeah.
Technically, they don't exist.
until you venture into the dungeon for the first time.
Wrong card.
Hmm.
That is
Yes.
Really, really good.
I think so. Yeah.
Orange
Are we allowed
five.
notepads?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. Now, out of these two options,
So I
Josh,
need
which one do you
11
think I'm
ones.
choosing?
So then 9/7.
Stand and bite.
We throwing hands, baby.
You come to the Knoll camp.
You think I'm about to dip? Oh no, you got it mistaken. I kind of want to run that blue just because that one card that says don't. That's so fun.
Don't.
Just don't.
I believe, how many don'ts do I have? I know I have at least one don't. I only have one don't.
That's still more than enough.
I was thinking I might have like a red-green aggro deck, or I mean a red-blue aggro deck, just with doing weird stuff. But I think that this is going to be much better and more consistent.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got Primal Vigor. Nice.
You see,
What's
I'm just
what, a
kind of
$30
stupid.
card?
Opponent.
I need to count the balance between this deck because I'm just saying yes to everything right now, and I have
Actually,
a lot of
think this one's
cards.
not a good card to have in a deck.
Okay, so just lost, but that's okay. We won run round. Basically, with the D&D pre-release, we were building our decks accordingly to what we got. It's still at the place, but I might as well explain it here. The dungeon I'm working with was the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, because I just felt like it was the best one, plus we got a hollow one. Half Elk Monk was pretty good because it has Vigilance and has a Stunning Strike where I can just tap something down. There's another Swamp. Vorpal Sword, I pulled one, and I was hoping to use it so I could, make someone lose instantly, but never got it. Unfortunate. I had a lot of equipment that worked. Manticore with the tail spikes, Devour Intellect, Bear Ring, Claw, Ernder. This guy actually helped me win my first game, so it was pretty good. Hollow Thieves Tools, which was pretty good because it created treasure tokens, and I need a lot of treasure tokens, but never got around to it. Rally Maneuver, this one I used a bunch of times. This card was really clutch for me, giving some things lifelink and being able to hit hard, hit heavy. Bale Beholder, pretty good. I only used it once, but it's a good card, but I never found a good usage for it. Leather Armor, I use this every single game. Just because it has equip a 0 and it gets a little bit extra damage. Pretty good, and it also has a little bit of ward, so good. Ambush on the Road, I stood there and fought hands, so trying to win games. There's a Pegasus I used. Planes, obviously. This Pegasus is good because it gives something flying in 1/1 to the end of turn, so pretty good. Check for traps. This is good because you get to get rid of something, but you also get to just see their hand, which is pretty strong, so you can definitely take notes on it. This one was pretty good because I could make someone destroy a target enchantment, gain life. It was a very versatile creature. There's a Swamp. Rallying Maneuver, same thing as the other one. There's another Swamp. Treasure Vault, really cool artifact land that I pulled. Planes. This thing makes something a treasure token, like for the enemy, so it's pretty good. Vampire Spawn makes someone lose 2 life and gain 2 life. I kept bringing this guy back, which was super strong, super good to go against Planes. There's a shield, again, just a lot of artifact things. This creature is good because they can make it a 3/3 if I equip something to it, plus more because it's off being equipped. This card's kind of broken because I can, for 3, once I bring it out, I can pay 3 and attach a token to an angel, making it so that I can win the game. I can't lose the game, and my opponent can't win the game. So as long as I have some way to keep it alive, I just kind of win. There's a Swamp, there's a Plains, there's another Plains, player and ally. Here is the angel I was equipping it to. Pretty good. Swamp, Yutang, Death Touch, pretty good, and I can venture with it as well. Pretty good. Grim Wanderer, if something dies, I can cast it for 2, which is super strong for a 5/3. Delver's Touch, equipped creature gets 1/1, pretty good. I used this Paladin class once, pretty strong, but not, unless it was just being there for passive abilities, it was pretty strong. Plains, Fane's Death was good because I could return something if something died for cheap. So this card is definitely going to be seeing some usage very soon. Fate's Reversal, pretty good again. It's just kind of returning something and venturing. There's a Plains. This guy was good. He's good, but I didn't have a good usage for him. It's 1 for a 1/1. And if I pay 2 and tap, I could pay a life and create a treasure token. Or I can do for 3, I can give myself 2 plus, and if I use the treasure, I also get Death Touch, which is pretty strong. Had a mace, obviously, that was doing a lot of damage. It was Plains and Plains. So as you can see, I had good options. I pulled out one. I'm going to get 2 packs for it, I believe. We'll switch to the usual setup very soon. It's Season 2. Let's see the new setup. See you in a bit.
I'm aware that a lot of you niggas don't like me, but I don't care.
So now that we're back, I can kind of take a look closer at the extra things I got from the pre-release Dungeons & Dragons. Gonna have to quickly get some of this stuff out. Sorry, this is gonna be a little scuffed. I don't even have my nice mic for this, but it's okay. We got this for just participating. It's a kind of like a job book and like a sketchbook. So, I mean, if you want to put the cards in here for it, you can. But since this is Magic plus Dungeons & Dragons, like obviously that's why they kind of went hard on it. So there's that. As well as this preview for, I think, the next Dungeons & Dragons expansion, I guess if you want to call it. I'm not really too big on Dungeons & Dragons, but it's still pretty neat nonetheless. It just talks about some of the other things and like, I guess the classes, I suppose. Again, don't really know too much about it. Season 2 is here, so we have all the boys out with us. Obviously, Nessa is here as well, and a little more Pecco. They're here to stay. They are here to stay. I think the next thing I want to take a look at is like just a closer kind of detail from the actual pre-release and kind of what you got in the box. There was a D20 in here, but I already took it out. This is the promo you get for it in this box. This is the one I specifically got. Low Warhound. Comes with a little 2021 stamp on it, so pretty neat, pretty good. Honestly, if you're behind on lands, this is a good card to deal with, I should say. And then for the most part, I mean, I have some extras of these, but these are hollow tokens. But what's also neat about them is that the dungeons are on the back of the tokens, so definitely neat to have those with you as well. Same thing with that. These are just a bunch more tokens, and then these are the more decent cards that I got from it. I already showed these off because I used them, but I mean, it was still nice to have some of these cards. Vorpal Sword, obviously very, very good. One of the more hyped things from this set. And, I mean, you saw the opening for it, so I don't really have to show off all the commons. But with all that being said, I did get extra packs. Now, I do have to get them out. We got one of the promo packs to Dungeons & Dragons, and then we got 2 draft booster packs with it as well. One of these I got for winning because it was only a 2-rounder. I won 1 game. And you get one for participating, or at least you got this participating. Then we had an extra pack to distribute, so these are where all these come from. Let's go ahead and open one of these drafts to get things rolling. Super exciting set as well. Like, definitely, I slept on this set, I'm not gonna lie. There is Zariel, Archduke of Avernus, the emblem for her. Not terrible. We'll go ahead and flip it around. There's a spare dagger, Boots of Speed. You come to a river. I have to read some of these because these are really cool because they have like fancy text and all of them. Dual Rapier, Deadly Dispute. You find a cursed idol, Potion of Healing. Again, these are all Dungeons & Dragons related. There is a Knoll Hunter, kind of the etched drawing one of it. Pretty cool, pretty snazzy. I can actually, but I guess we'll do it like this for now. You hear something on watch. Air Cult Elemental. There's the Red Dragon. Some of these dragons are pretty decent. The people that won the tournament were usually using these dragons, so not a terrible thing to get. Blink Dog. A Kilane Repulsive Painter. I actually really like this. This is super sick. This isn't our rare. This is our rare, but pretty neat. We'll take a look at this. And then Flump. That's our rare. And then an Island. So we'll look at this first. Defender and Flying for 2. Whenever Flump is dealt damage, you and target opponent each draw a card. So, I mean, pretty good. It's good for, helping yourself, but it also kind of helps them. If you're using this in Commander, it's also pretty decent. But I do want to take a look at this. When Kilane Repulsive Painter enters the battlefield, treasure token, other creatures you control enter the battlefield with additional 1/1 counter roll for each mana a treasure spent to cast them. So if you use treasures, when she's out, they will get additional 1/1 counters for each of the mana used by the treasure tokens. Not bad. It's red-black, so I could honestly put this in the human deck that I'm already making, so I'm going to put this to the side because you will be going in there. And then obviously this is one of our rares. These are the commons. They will go to the side. Okay, next back. We do the other draft one. I'm also recording this like as I get back from the event, so it's relatively late. So, you know, we move on. There's a spider. Not bad, not bad. Then we will flip. Kick in the door. Ranger, longbow, your ambush on the road. I use this in the actual event. You see, everyone that knows me there knows that I am not a coward. I will not make a retreat. I will always stand and fight. So I kept using that over and over again. Here's one of the other things about this set, that you get to roll d20s fairly consistently. So these have different abilities. So like 1 to 9, you draw 2 cards. 10 to 19, scry 2, then draw 3 cards. 20, scry 3, then draw 3 cards. So pretty good. There's the Dueling Rapier again. I don't know if this is a different version than the one we just pulled. Nope, it's the same one. I thought it might have been a little bit different. Anyways, Horde Robber. There's a Bull's Strength, Clattering Skeletons. There's a Arborea Pegasus. I think I use the same card. Yeah, I use the same card, but not this version of it in there, so pretty good. Ingenious Smith, Warlock class. For 1, it's one of these enchantment classes, so you can pay for it. Relatively cheap to get to the 2nd level. Pretty good. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. When this class becomes level 2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. And then for 1 + 6, at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses a life equal to the life they lost this turn. So you get to double up on how much damage they lost at the end of your turn from your attack stage. Pretty good, honestly. Like, this enchantment would be pretty good to have, especially if you're running or going against things in like standard, even in commander sometimes, because you might hit for pretty heavy, but usually in standard you want to see this because I mean, you know, you hit them for, let's say 5 at the end of the end step, they get hit for another 5, so you just did 10 damage in a matter of, you know, 1 card. You meet in a tavern. Sorry, I instantly grabbed another card. This is our rare Oswald Fiddlebender, the Duran card of it. Legendary creature Gnome Artificer. Magical Tinkering for 1, and you tap it. Sacrifice an artifact, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1, plus the sacrifice artifact's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield and shuffle. Activate only as a sorcery. So you can keep using him to build up your artifact and keep going, getting better and better artifacts until, basically for free, you're bringing out your biggest artifacts. So I can see why this is good. Then we also get a Chaos Channeler. Whenever it attacks, roll a d20. For 1 to 9, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. 10 to 19, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. For 20, exile the top 3, and you play them this turn. So not bad. And then, of course, a Swamp. I should probably move all these drawn cards to the side because I still like them. I don't know if we got another one from that last one, or at least from the commons. Let me check really quickly. Yeah, the Null. That seems to be the only one. So, not terrible. But, of course, we also have the promo Adventure in the Forgotten Realms. Honestly, don't even know the prices for these cards, but, you know, we move. We keep going. Don't really know. I think this is a code. Yep. So go ahead and take that as you please. Throw that to the side. There's no trick to this, so we're going to turn it around. Triumph Adventure. I went against this. This is what I lost to. For a yellow and a black, or not yellow, sorry, a plains and a death, or a swamp. It has Death Touch. As long as it's your turn, it has First Strike, and whenever Triumph Adventure attacks, Venture. So pretty cheap to get a Death Touch that also has First Strike and it can Venture. This is going to be a pretty good card to be using in your Dungeons & Dragons, or at least for the expansion. You find the villain's lair. This is the kind of special art to it. It's for 2 water and 1 colorless. I'm so used to Pokemon, I apologize to the Magic people. Choose one. Foil their scheme, counter target spell, or learn their secrets, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Pretty good if you're going against, you know, I mean, if you have a water deck or a island deck, pretty good to have the choice between countering and if you just need the cards, going for more cards. So pretty good. And then Feasting Troll King. Creature, Troll Noble, Vigilance, and Trample. When Feast Troll King enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens, sacrifice 3 food tokens, return to your graveyard to the battlefield, activate this ability only during your turn. So basically, it's going to create those 3 food tokens. You don't have to use them. And if they die, or if this guy dies, which is a 7/6 Vigilance Trample, pretty strong, you know, by itself. But if this thing dies, you can just bring it back with the last 3. So all in all, not too terrible. These are the rares that we got. This doesn't count, but these are the 3 rares that we got out of that. And then, of course, we got the drawn cards and the promo cards. So take a quick look at those. I'm going to end it there. Thank you for watching. This was a super fun draft. I'm going to, I go there every Friday for the most part. So definitely, they run the events every Friday. So I'll try to record more. This was just kind of a one-off thing, trying to see how it goes. But let me know if you want more of this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tell me what your favorite card was from this whole video and opening. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. We're excited for Season 2.